Good. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the call tonight. Today is Monday, September 12th. It's 2016. Hard to believe we're in fall, and most of us are that have school-age children are in the throes of the back-to-school schedule. And if you're like me, it's a little bit rough trying to figure out the new norm of juggling kids' school schedules and sports and everything, but just bear with it, you guys. The first couple weeks are the hardest. So tonight we have an amazing call. We're going to talk about why Diamond is important, what it means, and why you want to get there. And really, I want you guys to get out a pen and paper and take notes, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of good information. I've got some good info for you, and I brought on 4 of our newest diamonds, and they all have different stories. And they all are going to give you their best tips for getting to diamond. So I definitely will be taking notes, and I hope you are too. So it probably, get that pen and paper out, you guys. First, real quick, I just want to talk about some announcements. Coach Basics started today. So if you're a new coach or you have a new coach, make sure that you get them in there. And make sure, though, before you hop in, that you talk to, if you're a brand new coach and you go into Coach Basics, make sure you talk to your sponsor before you go in. Otherwise, you might be a little overwhelmed, but don't be overwhelmed. Coach Basics is really where you're going to build a solid business. And coincidentally, all these ladies have been through Coach Basics, and that's, they've built a solid foundation for their business, which helped them get to diamond. So make sure that if you're new or you've got any new people, you get in that group. I put the link in Team 360 yesterday on Sunday, so it's still in there, and I'll put a reminder after this call with the link, and you just click on it and you can join the Coach Basics. We already did day 1, but don't worry, you didn't miss a ton. You can hop right in and be just fine. It's only a 14-day group, so make sure you get in there. The other thing is, make sure you focus on this week. If you haven't set your goals, you go back and listen to last week's call and get yourself set up correctly for September. You need to have a plan, because if you don't know where you're going, how are you going to go anywhere? And as I always say, like, you get in a car, you don't drive around aimlessly. You have a destination, and you have a destination, and you know how you're going to get there because you route it. You do the route. I mean, how many of us get in the car, we go somewhere we've never been before, we put it into our GPS. That's what making a plan will do for your business. So make sure you take the time to do it. It does take a little bit of time, but not a ton of time. It's so worth it. So make sure you do that. So tonight, why do you want to go diamond? Diamond really is where your business starts launching. I'll be honest with you. It's where you become serious. And I know, some of you are new, and some of you are just been hobby coaches, or you've been striving for diamond and it hasn't happened yet. Well, there's probably a reason. So we're going to hopefully get you there. And I also want to start this call off, we're going to talk a lot about getting to diamond. No matter where you are in the business, once you listen to this call, day 1 starts now. So I got to diamond in 45 days. I know Vanessa is on this call, and some of her coaches are speaking. She got to diamond in 45 days. And my coach got to diamond in 28 days. And then some people, it takes 90 days. Some people, it takes a year before it clicks. But honestly, what I've found with every person that's gotten to diamond is once they make the decision to truly jump in, go for it, and they strategize how they're going to get there, they get there. So if that is your goal, no matter where you are in the business, I would say make it a goal. If you have the goal to have Beachbody as, something that's going to help you pay your bills, or you want to help a lot of people, then put diamond on your goal list. It really does show that you're serious, not only to yourself, you'll feel great when you get there, but also to other people. You think about on social media, how many people are selling mascara, or they're selling candles, or they're selling, I don't know what, face cream, whatever it is. There's so many people doing at-home businesses. But what sets them apart is when they start getting those shout outs, and people are like, oh, they went diamond. Oh, they went 2-star diamond. Oh, they went 3-star. That's when people are like, oh, she's sticking with it. She's serious. This isn't just like she just decided to do it and then she's going to, stop. She's actually in it. Because so many people go out there and they are looking for the next big thing. And I'm not saying that any of you are doing that, but that's how it appears to a lot of people. And so you got to think about that in your newsfeed. And if you're a newer coach and you're not there yet, just make it your goal to get there, you guys. It's really not that hard once you set your mind to it, I promise. And we're going to give you some strategies to do it. So the first thing you need is mindset. You need to make sure that you've got your mindset right and that you tell yourself, like, okay, I can do this. Don't make it harder or more complicated than it is. A lot of people are like, oh, diamond's so complicated. It's not. All it is 8 coaches, 4 on each side, and there's 1 emerald on each side. It's 8 people, you guys. You've helped 8 people. 2 of those people have each helped 2 people. So that's 12 people that you've affected their lives. It's not that many. And you can totally do it when you look at it that way. So 8 people, that's it. And then those 2 of those people need to help 2 people each. And that's what they should be doing. So just look at it as that and then focus on that and think, okay, who are my people? Who are going to help me? Who do I want on my team? Who do I want to hang out with? Who do I want to do business with? Who do I want in my community? And those are the people you talk to. And then the other important thing about getting to diamond is that it's where you start getting higher team cycle bonuses. If you're a newer coach, that might be a little confusing. We're going to talk about it in Coach Basics, but you cycle on your business. And you guys, I'll be honest with you. I make majority of my income from team cycle bonuses. That's why I can go on trips. That's why if I want to take a week off or I want to go to Europe and work my business from Europe, like I did last year, I can, because I got my business to a certain point where I do have that team cycle bonus. That really works for you. It's a gift, you guys. And you think about it, most jobs, you take, especially businesses, like let's say you own a restaurant. If you want to go on a trip and you have to shut your restaurant down, are you going to make any money while you're gone? No, not unless you've got some really good people working it for you. So that's the gift of Beachbody. And trust me, I've owned other businesses, so I know how hard it is, and I've had to work a storefront. And it is hard to take a vacation. It's hard to leave hard to leave. This business gives you freedom. It's a lot of freedoms, but you do have to work in the beginning, trust me. So to build that foundation for yourself. So, just realize that that's where the team cycle bonuses increase. You start getting team members, and honestly, it's a springboard. So once you get to diamond, and then, we'll take you to the next level. And you guys have seen on our team, so many people are moving right now. It's a perfect time for you to be moving your business too. And it basically will take as long as you tell yourself. So if you tell yourself it's going to take 90 days, it's going to take you 90 days. If you tell yourself it's going to take 30 days, it's going to take 30 days. It's just the way it works. What you put in your mind is so powerful. So it's another point. Make sure you tell yourself, set a realistic goal. Do it with your sponsor so they can help you set that goal and they can really guide you. If your sponsor is not yet a diamond, reach up to your upline diamond sponsor, and you can find that by going into your online coach office, and it will show you who your sponsor is, who your diamond is, and the upline star diamond. So, and let your sponsor know, they may be new and you guys might be going to diamond together. My sponsor in this business was only about 6 months in when I started, and she helped me, but we also, had to figure, we had to talk to some other people too, because she was fairly new. So just make sure that you're resourceful and that you get the support that you need. But basically, diamond will really springboard your business, and it will give you it's the confidence. And these ladies are going to share that with you, you guys. And then if you are a diamond coach in the chat, I know I've got a lot of my diamonds on here, share what it felt like to get to diamond so that people kind of understand. You can share that in the chat. I think that would be powerful. And we'll read those at the end. So I want to get started because you guys are probably sick of listening to me always talk, and we've got some really amazing speakers I'm super, super excited to hear from. So Beth is first, and Beth is, she's a fairly new coach, you guys. She just started with Beachbody at the end of June. She's married to Dave, her husband, and she has twin boys that are only 17 months old. So you are a rock star, girl. Their names are Toby and Theo, and she lives in Kansas City, Missouri. And she's an at-home mom, and her background's in retail management. But you guys, this girl showed up on a call that was, I didn't know her. She showed up on a call that we were doing for another group and was like asking questions, was not afraid to ask questions. And I was like, who is this girl? And I went and looked and was like, oh, she's awesome, because I love that. And she just, was like, okay, well, how do you do that? And I love that. And I knew that she was going to do awesome in this business. And lo and behold, a couple weeks later, she pops diamond. And so I am really excited to introduce Beth, and she's going to share some top tips. So get your pens and paper ready. All right, go for it, girl.
Okay. Hi. Thank you for that introduction, Tanya. That was, warm fuzzies. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's two things that I really want to share. And one is something that I shared with Team C-Stars on our team call last week, and that's about talking to people. And then the other thing I want to talk about is visualizing where you're going, which you kind of talked about already, but I want to underscore it because it's really important. So talking to people, and the recording is on the Team 360 page, so you can see the long version of it, but I think it's so important to actually connect with people, because there's so much that you get from actually hearing someone's voice and hearing someone's excitement. So there's so much that gets lost in a message. I send out all of my invites in message, but as soon as somebody expresses interest, I try to schedule a call with them so I can talk to them, talk in person to them about their health and fitness goals. And also, they open up a lot more. So when you're asking questions, the responses that you will get back are going to be a lot more lengthy than if they're just typing something back. Because people don't want to sit on their phone and type a whole thing, and they're not going to get as deep into their own emotions and stuff if they're just typing it. So give them the opportunity to open up to you by talking and listening. And that's the most important part, is the listening. So ask a question, but then really listen to what they're saying. And don't just think about the next question that you have to ask. Listen to what they're saying. Take notes, write down what they're saying, because that's the other thing. If you are talking to them on the phone, you're not going to have a message to go back and reference to. So when I did my first few invites and conversations in sales, I could go back to my messages and look at what they told me. But when you're actually having a conversation, you need to write that down so you have it to reference to. And that's going to show that you really care about the people that you're talking to. So that's the talking to people part. And then the visualizing. So on the online office, there's this little page. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's this thing to Diamond Coach business model. So I printed that out, and I can't tell you how many times I wrote, and I used pencil, but I wrote down names of people I was talking to, oh yes, they're going to be my discount coach, and they're going to be my business builder. And I would write things down and kind of plan it all out. And I have erased names because people didn't come through, and changed people. And it changed so many times before it actually solidified. So my message in that is, don't get discouraged if somebody that you wrote down on that page doesn't pan out, because someone else will. It will happen, and it's okay if, and somebody that you wrote down and then erased, they might come back later and be a discount coach, or they might be a business builder coach, but they might be on your team later, just not now. But it's keep it in front of you, write these people down, and just keep it at the forefront of your mind, because what you visualize will come to fruition. And that's all I have.
That is awesome. That's like amazing. So you guys, she got to diamond she got a strategy, she visualized it, and you guys, she connected with people and she listened to them. And it reminds me of a quote, your income is a direct reflection of how many people you help. And that's true. It's how many people you've helped and how many lives you've changed. So just remember that when you feel like you might be like bothering people or something, or when you're in a conversation with people, remember it's not about you, it's about them. And like she said, be a good listener. So that's awesome. Thank you. And congratulations on your diamond status. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Perfect. All right. So
there we go. Sorry, I had to unmute myself. All right. So my top tips for getting to diamond is, for me, it took a year. And the reason why it took a year is because I never signed up my spouse. And now looking back, I wish I would have done it earlier, but my husband had told me, do not sign me up. I don't want to be, and Vanessa's laughing, yes. My husband didn't want me to sign him up. So I was like, okay, I won't. Well, finally I told him, I'm like, I am so close to hitting diamond, I have to sign you up. And he's like, you know what, go ahead. That's fine. I completely understand. And, you know, he's always supported me through this business, but that was a game changer for me. Made sure and signed him up on my weak leg. And my sister, she's my other emerald, and I have her on my strong leg. And I found two amazing building their businesses, and I put them under my husband. And, you know, that for me was the turning point. Another thing, like everybody has said with visualizing it, we had, you know, Super Saturday. I was with my sister. We had just gotten back from Summit, and they had everybody, it's a small group in Boise, Idaho. And so I was there with her, and they have everybody come to the front of the room. So all the emeralds had to come up, and they ask you, well, when are you going to hit diamond? And I told them, I'm going to be diamond by September. And they're like, that's awesome. Well, I had to do it. There was just no way, you know, I wasn't going to do it. I had told everybody in that room that's what I was going to do, and I wanted to stick with it. So for me, it was just kind of like believing more in myself, and also, you know, signing up my husband. Go, sweetie, I'm on the phone. And so, hold on, I'm sorry. You need to leave, sweetie. All these people are listening to you. And so getting my spouse signed up really was the game changer. So if you have people that are saying that they don't want to sign up their spouse, maybe because it costs too much money or something like that, you need to show them that it is really the right move, because you're going to be able to work that business. And in the end, you know, I have all these people that are not under my husband, and now he's under them. And I really wish that I could move them under him, and so that I would be getting more cycle bonuses. So if you're a new coach, start out with adding your husband or your wife, and don't look back, because it really is the right move. So that's what I have to say. Those are my top tips.
that is awesome, girl. I love it. And you guys, Stephanie signed up in July of 2015, so 1 year ago. And she's actually a Success Club All-Star. So she's never missed Success Club, which shows, you guys, she is doing really well in her business. And you have to hear her. Like, she didn't sign up her spouse because he asked her not to. So you do need to respect your spouse. But once she did, the girl, and once she said, hey, I'm going diamond, she went diamond. She made it happen. And she's been consistent. She's consistently helping new people every single month. So, and just to tell you guys a little bit about Stephanie, she's from originally from Idaho, but lives in Washington. Her husband's military, and she has 2 little boys. So, and does photography on the side. But she's a consistent coach. Like, definitely has a solid foundation, solid business. And all it took was that visualization of I'm going diamond. I told someone I was going to do it. And I think that also points out why you need to tell people. Once you decide to do it, don't just keep it to yourself. Like, put that big goal out there, even if it's scary. There's some goals that I definitely am like, I don't know if I should tell people this. And then I do. And then it's like, you got to do it, because you've got accountability out there. And I think that's so important. But congratulations on not only hitting diamond, but also on hitting all-star, because that's a big deal. That's awesome. And keep going because you want to get legend. So you get those special seats at Summit when you get legend. All right. Awesome. Okay. So next is Carly. And let me introduce this little girl. She is, well, let's go here. There you are. All right. Carly is just started in May. And she lives in a super small town in Washington, but wants to move back to Seattle, where she's from. She has 3 kids that are 11 months, 2 years old, and 4-year-old. So she's a busy mama because her husband works 60 hours a week. And so she has really built her business and built it strong. And she went diamond a little while ago, just a few short months ago, and Success Club every month of the business. All these ladies have been since they started, and Success leaves clues, you guys. And so let's hear from Carly what she has to say about her business. And she's got her little pretty baby there with her. So cute. Is that Blair?
I got 2 of them down.
Oh,
Fun.
so cute.
Okay, so my first thing is to go all in. Like, decide that you're a Beachbody coach and don't be embarrassed about it. So I noticed a difference response to my messages after I was like, I'm a Beachbody coach and I want everybody to know. I told my family, and then I started posting a lot about it. If any of you guys follow me, I post a lot. And then when I message people automatically they're like not wondering what a Beachbody coach does. They're not wondering what I do. They're expecting me to reach out to them because that's what MLMs do. Everyone knows it. So they're expecting it. And it just makes you feel more comfortable knowing that if you know that they're going to be expecting you to message them, then you might as well just message them because just get it over with now. So I think going all in and being comfortable with this job, it is a really awesome job. And the only way that you're going to get people to come along with you is to believe in that and to show people that you do believe in the job. And so whatever you have to do, whether you need to learn more about it or whether you need to follow more top coaches or do more personal development, whatever you have to do to really make that concrete in your mind, I think that that has helped me because it just shows confidence in the product and then also in your job because people are signing up to have you coach them. And so having the confidence that you are a good coach, because we are, then that shows in your messages and it gives them, it makes them excited to sign up with you and it makes them excited during the conversation. So that's my first thing is going all in. And then that's for like signing up challengers and reaching out to people. So the other thing is I sign up everybody as a discount coach. And that's really, I was kind of, had no idea what I was doing. I still don't. But I had really no idea what I was doing at the start. And I just knew that the discount option was the best deal. That's the one I did. So I thought everybody should do that one too. And so I feel like personally that if you don't offer the discount coach option, that is like not fair. At least mention it. So it's worked into my favor because it makes people feel like they're getting a good deal because they are. But, and so it's kind of like a loyalty type of thing. Like you're hooking them up because you are, but you're hooking them up with this good deal. And so I feel like people are less apt to quit their Shakeology and quit their program if they feel like they're getting a good deal with you and that you gave them the secret into Shakeology. So I think that has been a big part of keeping people month to month. And so I have a lot of discount coaches on there that I'm pretty confident are going to be long Shakeology drinkers because they feel like they're like a part of a club. And so the way I when they ask like, how much is Shakeology? Then I kind of tell them like, well, I can hook you up with the coach discount if you want. Cause I mean, that's what it is, anyways. So signing up everyone as a discount coach. I've signed up a lot of people, and only 3 people do I have signed up as Shakeology as a customer because they were really against it. And so that's a pretty big chunk of people as a discount coach. And then the other thing is they're automatically going, if they're getting results from your challenge group, some of those people will say, hey, my cousin wants to join, or hey, my mom wants to join. If they mention anything like that, straight up ask them, do you want to coach them? Say, are you interested in coaching? Because I bet you they're going to text you a lot more than me, and you know your stuff. But, give them confidence that they could coach. And so even though my team page right now is a bunch of crickets, I have a lot of people that want to coach. And so don't be afraid to offer the real coaching opportunity to those people, because you may be surprised. A lot of people that I've mentioned it to, they say, actually, I have been thinking about that for a long time. And then you open up a whole conversation. And one more thing about that. Sorry. One more thing though. I watched the Melanie Ewaldson YouTube video, and she says that she invites, no joke, every single person in her challenge group to coach on the end of week 1. That's a little bit early for me, but I've been doing it at the middle of week 2. And it's working. People are getting interested in coaching because the reason why she does it so early is it's at their peak of their excitement of their program. And what I found is complimenting them to tell them, thank you for participating. You would be a really good coach. Whatever it's individualized. I have different reasons why everyone could be a coach, because I believe anyone could do this. Giving them confidence makes them flattered, and it makes them think about coaching. And then in turn, it also makes your challenge groups better, because if you compliment them on their posts, they end up posting more. So anyways, those are my tips. And get to Diamond, because it's fun to start working with people and start leading people. So
thank you, Carly. That is awesome. And you guys have probably seen Carly's name. Actually, all these ladies are always SC10 or above. They're always in the top, which again, you guys, it's just Success Leaves Clues. They're helping at least 5 people a month. Carly, I don't know how many people you help a month. It's a lot. It's awesome though. But I like how you talked about, a lot of what Carly talked about was don't make assumptions about other people, and also don't let fear hold you back. So let people know you're a Beachbody coach. Own it. Don't be afraid. I know that when I started, people were like, oh, you're doing that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, you know what? 4.5 years later, you look at what happened. Actually, just even a year later, you guys, my family has gained so much freedom. It's ridiculous. Otherwise, we'd still be living paycheck to paycheck, and my husband would still be working 60 plus hours a week. I was similar to where Carly is right now. And so I totally resonate with your story, because I was at home with my husband working 60 plus hours a week with 3 little kids, and pretty much was like, is this ever going to end? What are we going to do? And it does. Beachbody was what changed it for me. So hang in there, girl. But I like what she said. Don't be afraid to let people know. Who cares what other people think? They're either going to hop on it with you or not. And that's the thing. You don't if people aren't excited for you and not accepting of you, then do you really want to be friends with them? And most people, you'll be surprised, are accepting of you. And then when you don't invite people, as she talked about, they expect you to invite them. So when you don't invite them, they might think there's something wrong with them. So don't, I've heard people are like, oh, I thought you didn't want to, you didn't invite me because you didn't think I would be, you wouldn't want to coach me. I'm like, I would never think that. I actually thought you wouldn't want me to coach you. So it's, it's kind of a catch-22. So don't be afraid to invite people. Otherwise you might be offending them. And so make sure that, you don't let fear hold you back, and hook them up with the discount. If they seem like they're going to stay on Shakeology, you can offer that option, as Carly said, to them. And do invite people in the challenge group. Like challenge groups are the best place to recruit coaches, like seriously, because they've had product experience. So thank you so much, Carly. That was great. All right, we are going to have Jenny. Hold on here. I'm going to unmute you. Let me introduce you first. Okay, so I got to tell a little story about Jenny. So she is awesome. So all of a sudden I see this post in Team 360 with this girl with a big pregnant belly, flexing, like holding a Shakeology, saying, "Hey, I'm going to be here's the newest coach." And I'm like, who starts 21 Day Fix? Oh, see, we all had kids pop in on us almost. Who starts 21 Day Fix at 38 weeks pregnant? That is awesome. And she started Shakeology, you guys, and this girl has not let up. She started in February. And her little girl is now 6 months old, and she's super sweet and cute. And Jenny works full time, you guys. She manages 2 very busy medical practices, and she coaches. And she hit diamond. So make sure you guys are still listening. Like, all these ladies have had great points, all different backgrounds, all different stories, but all made it a goal to go to diamond and have gone for it. So I just remember you, Jenny, with your belly. It was adorable. And I'm like, that is so cool. This is perfect. So all of you guys that ask about, can you start when you're pregnant or can you start while you're nursing? Jenny started when she was pregnant. We have a lot of coaches that do, and she nurses. And Carly just did a great video, posted it in Team 360 about nursing with the 21 Day Fix. So I know we get a lot of questions about that. So guys, make sure you check those out. All right, Jenny, go ahead and take it away.
I don't know that I have anything brand new to say that the other girls haven't said already. But my biggest thing personally was when I first started, I was kind of obsessed. I'm kind of an obsessive person with being successful. So I was really, really obsessed with this idea of getting to diamond. I Googled everything right in the very beginning. And I think Julie probably remembers, I think I was asking her, like, what's diamond? How do I get into the emerald to diamond classes or something that I found on Beachbody? So I was really, really anxious to get there. And I kind of thought that I deserved to get there for whatever reason. And so I was really, really obsessed with it. And it was taking a long time for me. I don't know exactly why it was taking a long time, but my take on it is that I was just kind of obsessing over it. So I decided to up my personal development, which is pretty big for me. I can kind of tell when I'm slacking on that. And I read The Compound Effect, or I listened to it. And what I took from it was obviously that little tiny things done consistently over time is what makes the biggest difference. So I sort of swallowed that pill and decided that, okay, you're not a diamond coach, like quit acting like you deserve it. And I just focused on building my business one coach at a time. So my biggest advice, I would say, is kind of similar, like I said, but keep adding coaches no matter what. So don't sign a coach and think like, why aren't they rank advancing? Just keep signing coach after coach after coach. Make it your, goal to sign a certain amount of them per month. And then, like Tanya says, only lead the willing. So I guess I'll kind of clarify what I mean. So I would just keep signing coaches and I would talk to them and see if they were interested in coaching. If they said no, that's okay. They're still a coach on my downline. And then if they said they were interested in coaching, then I would work with them. But now here I am a little bit later. When I did finally go diamond, I was a strong diamond. And so I had I don't know if I should say numbers, a good amount of diamonds, coaches in my downline. So I don't have a risk of falling off. I also have people who actually want to work the business rather than me convincing them to go emerald. I know that I work my boyfriend's account as well. And so I've put a couple people under him, and they're people who are a little bit flighty, and so they drop off. And so my goal with my account to get to diamond was to get people who were actually solid business builders instead of having to convince people, if that makes sense. So that would be my suggestion, is kind of like Carly said, don't count people out, but just keep adding coaches that are discount coaches And then someday maybe they'll pan out, and then also only work with the willing. That's a huge, huge thing that I learned from Tanya, because I've had people who have told me that they want to work the business, but then I put all my time and effort into them, and then it never goes anywhere, when I could just be keeping on and adding coaches and then getting those coaches to Emeralds. So I hope that makes sense, but only work with the willing. Make sure that you're putting your attention to the people who actually want to work the business, and then they will make you a strong diamond. And then also do your personal development, because that was a huge, huge thing for me that made me sort of do a switch. And the second that I got through the compound effect was like, think, I made it to diamond like immediately. So
that's so cool. You have done amazing, especially, I mean, you gave birth. You were in your 38th week of pregnancy, and anybody that's been pregnant knows those last 2 weeks are a little rough, and those first 6 weeks are the zombie period. And you rock, girl. Like, you are doing amazing. And then you went back to work and are just kicking booty. I'm so proud of you. The compound effect is what changed everything for me as well, and really springboarded my business. So you guys, we've mentioned it before, and Jenny just solidified it. Like, read that book, Personal Development. Personal development is really the mindset. And you heard her talk about how she was obsessed with getting to diamond. She was researching it, but she was obsessing about it. She wasn't actually, doing the action. Once she said, all right, I'm doing it, she did it like that. And it was just, she just had to get on that path. And I think that, that's awesome that she shared that with you guys, because I think so many of us do that. We're like, well, I really want that to happen. I'm going to research all about it. But then, okay, what do you need to make that happen? Like, just go for it. And tiny things do make big differences. I love that. It's not just about these big, huge things. It's the tiny, it's the little things. And working with the willing. Like, don't try to make someone do something that they don't want to do. And she does have a lot of solid business builders, because I've looked at her business and it's like in a really good place, and she is not in jeopardy of losing her diamond. So you guys, while I said it does take 8 coaches to get to diamond, once you get those 8, you want to solidify that sucker. Like, you want to make that diamond solid, because there is nothing worse than getting it and then losing it. And you don't want to play that game. So make sure that once you get it, that you talk with your sponsor and you get that sucker solid so that it sticks, and then you keep building that business. So thank you so much, Jenny. That was great. All of you ladies did awesome. I really appreciate each of you, and I just muted myself. Sorry about that. Sorry, you guys. I'm coming off of like a huge win at my son's soccer game. It came straight from there. So you guys got me a little been cheering for soccer, a little fired up tonight. And I love talking about diamonds. I love this, you guys. But all of these women have different backgrounds and had different stories of getting to diamond, but they all got there. They all have rocking businesses. So, they shared great tips. These are all amazing tips. So make sure, I would go back and listen to this call again and, really let it sink in and dig in, because these are all good. This is good information. And I'm going to read really quick, because we had some of the diamonds share what going diamond meant for them. And if you are diamond and you're on this call, if you have an opportunity to pop it in the chat, I'll read yours too. So Kelly shared, Kelly Williams is a diamond too, and she said, getting to diamond when I did was life-changing. I didn't care so much about the title. It meant that I was building a team of people and I was leading people. My biggest fear in this business is failing as a leader, because we meet people that we don't see and meet face-to-face, mostly over social media. How the heck do I lead someone I don't physically get to meet? So having 2 Emerald coaches and adding new coaches, when it all came together, meant the world. So what she's saying is, she just wasn't, Kelly was also she doesn't live around any other coaches. She moves all over. Her husband, she's military as well, and her husband is often deployed. And she has 2 little kids. And she's also the one that just went full-time Beachbody and quit her full-time job. So awesome job, Kelly. But it's true. When you're leading people, and then when you get that first Emerald, it's like, oh, that's awesome. And then you get another one. It's just amazing. And so, it is a huge step for you. So congratulations, Kelly. And congratulations, girl, on going full-time Beachbody. I could not be more excited for you. And then, let me see here. Vanessa. So Vanessa said, let's see here. I distinctly remember when I hit Diamond. It was a Saturday night and my parents were in town. I took a phone call with a potential client and discount coach. It was the one I needed to finally turn Diamond. She decided to sign up and I must have checked the back office a million times waiting for her to sign up. My parents were totally confused by my obsession. Then she did it and I high-fived my husband and did a happy dance. His confidence was definitely boosted in the business at that point, and mine was majorly boosted. My challenge groups got stronger too because of my confidence, and more people started seeing results, which helped everything grow. And then when Tanya hit her goal of being 5-star, it made me feel like I was part of something much greater than just me, and it was goals, which was huge. You guys, I actually went to my diamonds. Misty was already a diamond on my team. But I went to my diamonds and I said, hey, I want to go for 5-star elite. And I was like, it was like the little engine that could. And, but I had read the Compound Effect and actually read it this time. And I listened to John Maxwell's The 21 Laws of Leadership. And I was afraid to tell them. I'll admit it. Like, I was afraid. I was like, they're going to think I'm crazy or selfish or something. And I went to them. I said, I have this crazy goal. I have like really low elite points, and I don't totally know what I'm doing, but I really want 5-star elite. Are you guys in it with me? And all of them said yes. And you guys, we did it together and it really was a team effort. And that was probably like, I love this business. I have had many great years, but that was probably one of my favorite memories because we just did it together and it really did feel like a team effort. And I know, Misty and Vanessa are on this call, and I think I saw Shelly on this call because she was one of them too. And we just we all did it together and it was amazing. So don't be afraid to ask your team to help you if you're already a diamond, or if you're on someone's team and they probably have this big goal, like jump in with them. It's super fun. I've done it with my upline coach. My upline coach is going for 15-star right now, superstar diamond. And so it's huge and we're all part of it and it's really awesome. So don't be afraid to put your goal, like get your goals out there and share them. And then if you guys have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat or, raise your hand and I'll unmute you. I am going to look here and just see. Allison said, she has a question. So my coach has been having me add customers. Do you always try to have people sign up as a discount coach? Well, it's totally based on your particular goals. If you need those, Carly said she signs everybody as a discount coach. And I did sign everybody as a discount coach when I was going for Diamond. And it really depends on the person for me now because my diamonds are super solid. And what I do is I ask them, like, how long do you think you're going to, I'll look at them and I'll see how much information I believe they can handle. And if the sale is super hard and I just get them to do the, buy a challenge pack and they're on the, kind of wavering, they're not sure, I will not hit them with the discount coach option. I will admit that because that might be the, the straw that breaks the camel's back for them. But what I will do, you guys, is once they get their package, I will check in and see how they like their Shakeology. They love their Shakeology. I'll say, did you know you can save money every single month on your Shakeology? And then I'll send them an email. I'll say, I'll send you some information, no pressure. And I'll post that email in the team page tonight. It'll be in the file section in Team 360. It'll say Shakeology to discount. And I've been using this email forever, you guys. And it just talks about how Shakeology is this amount. With the discount, it's this amount. And people, if they can do basic math, they'll say yes. And because you can convert someone to a discount coach, they can pay the $39.95 and then they can get that refunded. And usually takes 3 days if they purchased a challenge pack. So that's an option too. But really, you have to assess people. You have to know what they can handle. If they're hard, and they're not really you're not sure, then don't push them over the edge. But if they're totally in it and they've had, they're totally excited, then do offer the discount. That's kind of how I play it. because, you can kind of tell. Let me see here. Allison also asked, so Carly mentioned MLN. Do you bring that up to your warm market, or do you assume they know that? No, if they ask, they network marketing, I don't really bring that up. I just talk about the Beachbody opportunity, say, would you be interested? And then I put them in a coach sneak peek, or a lot of coaches have live coach, formats too. So I actually don't do a ton of, I've been a coach for a long time. I have a lot of information, but I always use the processes, you guys. I put people in coach sneak peeks, I'll chat with people. I keep things super short and super simple because I don't like to overwhelm people. But I usually use the third-party tools or the tools that I have. I put them in coach sneak peeks. If they're interested in coaching, if they're interested in Shakeology, I send them a video on Shakeology, 21-day fix. I don't send them a long message ever. I'm really pretty good, dialed in with that. So, all right. Are there any other questions, you guys? Any questions? There's a lot of you on this call. I'm so excited. I do want, they're probably going to hate me. I'm going to go ahead and unmute Vanessa because you guys, 3 of these diamonds are from her team. So she's obviously doing something right now. So Carly and Beth and Stephanie are all from Vanessa's team, you guys. Vanessa's one of my diamonds, and she is actually working towards a big, hairy, scary goal this year. So I just kind of want to hear, do you have some tips on how you've helped these ladies go diamonds?
Gosh, you really put me on the spot
right now. Sorry.
And it's getting dark outside and I'm sitting out here. So I think one of the key things when you're onboarding new coaches is to really break it down and keep it super, super simple. And, when a coach first comes into this business and they actually want to make money, you want to help them see that money in the beginning. And so by letting them know that if they sell 3 challenge packs, that most of their initial investment will be covered, that usually speaks to people right away. And so then I keep it super simple. You want to help 3 people in your first month. 2 of them you're going to sign up as discount coaches, and 1 of them you have the option of offering the discount coach to or not. And then I explain why, because then you can start to get your free leads. So free leads open up an entirely different market than you would ever be able to reach on your own. And some of my leads are my best retail customers and also some of my best challengers. And a lot of the coaches on my team who are on here tonight, and I see all of you guys, they all know these challengers and they're like, oh my gosh, she's a lead. Absolutely. She's a lead. So you want to get those leads. And other than that, it's really honing in on your coach's goals too. So if you're trying to help a coach reach diamond, find out why, talk to them, help them set each piece by piece goal to get there, and then make it a fun challenge. This business is so stinking fun. You get to connect with people all the time. I had great conversations with Tanya today and some of my coaches, and it fires me up every time I do it. We're in the business of helping people, whether it be helping them with their fitness goals or helping them with their financial goals or even helping them with their mindset of what they believe that they can accomplish. So, hone in on those goals and help them get there and believe in them. Be their number 1 cheerleader. All of these coaches that spoke tonight are so solid, and they're not the only solid people on my team. I'm so excited about what's to come. So, those are my tips. But keep it fun, keep it positive, and know that we all fail forward. We really do. I failed forward, and that's make failure your friend. And I fail as a leader, so don't be afraid to be a leader. And I own all of my failures. Just really don't be afraid to reach out. The next person's hand that you grab to help might be your next participant that loses 50 pounds and overhauls their family's life. Or they might be your next rock star coach that not only helps you reach their goals, but reaches their own goals. And it's so exciting to watch your coaches reach their goals. So just help them identify them and then point them in the right direction. Tell them they can do it.
Well said, girl. I'm excited. So you guys, I'm going to put Vanessa on the spot because she's going for Elite this year. And she's in a similar position as to where I was when I went for it. And I know she can do it, you guys. I know she can. And she's got, her team working hard with her. And it is, like I said, a team effort. So thank you all for an amazing call. I really appreciate you guys all hanging out with us tonight. I know you guys are all busy. A lot of you have kids. As most of it, everybody that spoke tonight has children, and we're a family-friendly business, as you can tell. My daughter, even I have like 3 other adults in the house, and my daughter still came in, but that's okay. But you guys, I really appreciate all your hard work, and I appreciate all you do. And remember, don't look at the past. Don't look backwards. Look forward and make a plan of where you're going next. So you cannot, as Vanessa said, you fell forward. I fell all the time too, but you have to keep going forward, and you have to learn from, you look at it and you go, what can I learn? And then let's go forward. And truthfully, make it, if diamond's your goal, then awesome. If it's not, that's okay too. But put it out there for other people to see. I want to know who our next diamonds are going to be. Who am I going to be interviewing next month? Who is going to be on this call sharing how to get to diamond? I want to know. So if that's you, declare it. Put it in Team 360. I want to know. Who are we looking out for? Just don't be afraid, no matter where you are in this business. You can do anything that you focus on and put your mind to. All right, you guys, have a good night. I'll get this recording up tonight for you, so share it with your teams. I think this was an amazing call. Have a good one. Thank you, everybody.
Night.
Night.